Cheers, howdy to buckaroos. How the heck are you? I am Tom, the Beer Whisperer. For the purposes of this video anyway, Stout Heart, Bur Oak Brewing Company, Extra Stout Ale. I had this before, but it's been a while. So when I was up in Columbia this weekend, I picked up a 6-pack, and I gotta be honest with you, I love this beer. 7.6% it says, so it's not quite a double or imperial. It's just an American stout, right? It almost feels like an American version of an FES. Meaning a lot of bold malts, hop just a little bit more than your typical dry stout. But yeah, I mean, it clearly is an American stout, but I almost feel like it's like an American version of an FES. Beautiful bold nose. I get a lot of big malted dark chocolate notes. I get some anise in there as well. You certainly find some herbal notes in there. Gosh, that's gorgeous. I do like this beer though. Oh my goodness. Typically I get around St. Patrick's Day and I load up on, Guinness, and Irish whiskey. I didn't this year. I don't know. I'm just not feeling it. It's funny. Some years I can do it. Some years I can't. Since losing Seamus to cancer, this was a big holiday for him and I. So I think this is one of those years I just want to let it go, man. I just want the holiday to pass me by. And I've really gotten into more of, American whiskeys, right? Especially small craft distillery whiskeys, whether it's a bourbon specifically or just an American whiskey or an aged whiskey. But I've really been feeling the small batch craft distillers. I picked up a couple products in Columbia from Dogmaster. These guys are just awesome, man. They have an aged whiskey. And I happen to have that bottle here, so I'll show it to you. I keep wanting to refer to it as your American whiskey. It just says whiskey. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's in that American whiskey category. Sorry about that. It's in an American whiskey category. But it's just aged whiskey, 90 proof. But that mash bill on this thing is just amazing to me. It's 40% corn, 20% wheat, 20% oats, 20% malted barley, and the flavors are just incredible. Now, heck, I picked up their bourbon too, and I love that a lot too. But that American whiskey felt very interesting to me. So yeah, I picked up a lot of that stuff, and I picked up this particular stout. I did a Flat Branch. I did pick up a crowler of their Irish ale, I guess. Then I'm probably going to save till actual St. Patrick's Day. But I don't know if I'm going to actually even get any Guinness. I may just work with what I've got, to be honest with you. I don't even think I'm going to buy and do a corned beef this year. I may just work with what I got. I will probably do some Champ. Seamus loved Cold Cannon. I used to love to do Cold Cannon, but just too tough to do Cold Cannon for me. Last year I did some Champ, so I may do some Champ again this year. Mashed potatoes, cream, chives. I think I'll probably just do a version of Champ. Although I make it thicker than what's traditional. But yeah, I don't even know. Of course, corned beef is more Irish or American, or Irish American, I guess, than traditional Irish. But I always do a corned beef, but I just don't feel like doing one this year, man. I'm just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. There's just a lot going on. My mind's just not there. Yeah, I get a lot of those bold, dark chocolate notes. You might feel a hint of coffee, but I'm really feeling the chocolate, malted dark chocolate. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of herbal undertones as well. I feel like I'm picking up some anise, maybe some sassafras in there as well. Might feel some tarragon in there too, which is similar to anise, just a little lighter flavor. I love the way it cleans up at the end. The finish is just gorgeous on this beer. It is starting to get cool in my pub area, which is my garage, so I'm going to have to call it here. But yeah, I wanted to do a video out here. I love to do videos out here when I can. But it is getting chilly. It's getting chilly now. Oh, mercy, Percy. Anyways, had a whole chicken I need to use, so I put it on to marinade last night using about half of a crowler of the Flat Branch Green Chili beer. Put that on to cook today, and oh gosh, that chicken came out so good. I just cut a portion of the breast meat, made some tacos for my wife and I. Just traditional, more like a street taco kind of thing, right? Just the marinated pollo with cilantro and onions. No cheese, just more of a street taco kind of kind of thing going on. But when we hit the Amish stores, I picked up some cranberry beans, in which I made a cup of dried beans that I used to make some refried beans. Now, of course, you can use any beans you want, and traditionally they use pintos, but I like to use different beans here and there because you get a little bit different flavor, a little bit different texture. These particular beans just come out so creamy and so flavorful. I hadn't had them in a while, but I really love those cranberry beans anyway. They make a perfect refried bean. Anyway, I digress. Oh, mercy. As we approach St. Patrick's Day, yeah, it is a difficult time for both my wife and I, for different reasons. Typically, Seamus and I would put the menu together for St. Patrick's Day, so uh, that's tough. But you would also do some baking with my wife, who would do soda bread, and she hasn't been able to do soda bread since he passed away. So, uh, we kind of forced ourselves to do some things last year, and this year I just can't. I just can't with other things going on in my life, and I'm just having a hard time feeling it, man. Various things personally going on. I just can't deal with it. I feel I usually look forward to St. Patrick's Day. This year I just want it to be over with. Just want to get through. You know. Just find a way to make it through to it's funny, you just try to they talk if you have substance abuse, they tell you one day at a time, but grief is the same way. It's the same principle. You just try to get to that next day, right? It just kills me when people tell you things like, well, it gets better with time. Well, no, it doesn't. Nothing gets better with time. You may find a way to move forward, but it's not easier. I mean, life without Seamus isn't easier 8 years later than it was, the day he passed away. And folks that tell you that obviously don't know what the hell they're talking about. It just frustrates me to no end. It just really been, everything's just kind of been hitting me hard this year with some other things that have hit me as well, I guess. Some personal things that have been weighing on me heavy. And so I just find myself just trying to get to the next day. This is, this my little ramble here is kind of the main reason I don't refer to myself as a beer reviewer. I've never really considered myself a beer reviewer. I love drinking the beer, and I'll comment on the beer, but I've always felt like what we do is more of a pub conversation. Some people appreciate what I do, some don't. And there's nothing I can do with the folks that don't. Stout Heart, Bur Oak Brewing Company, 7.6%. It's a damn fine beer, though. If you ever find yourself in the Columbia, Missouri area, I would suggest picking it up. If I don't know what their distribution is. I do get some Bur Oak products here, but I don't remember seeing that here. But quite frankly, it's been a month since I've been into a liquor store in my area. We knew we were going away, so I hadn't until we went away this weekend. It's been a month since I'd bought any beer in the area, so it could be available. Hell, I just don't know. Anyway, I digress. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist. Prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Cheers.